Hi guys, I'm Aman Thind. I'm the co-founder and CTO of BestX. For those of you who don't know us, which should probably be all of you apart from the one guy in New York that we have sitting out there, because we are just a couple of months old. So we're a software company providing independent analytics that enable clients to define, achieve, and demonstrate best execution. The reason why independent is underlined here is because it's no longer sufficient for a bank to tell its clients that the execution that it has provided, it's all good. So everyone now needs independent analytics to, as a third-party proof that everything is fine, and that is what we provide here. So we aim to provide a level playing field which enables clients to assess and compare the quality of the FX executions that they've had wherever or however they receive it. So independent of which counterparty you used, what channel you used, what medium you used, you should be able to have a level playing field through which you would be able to assess how your execution went. We are the only true independent technology provider in the space. We're not affiliated with anyone, and our clients are hedge funds, asset managers, banks, non-bank, liquidity providers, anyone who's trading FX. What is best execution? So I mentioned that we are trying to prove best execution. So best execution is an important component of MiFID's investor protection standards, which are designed to promote both market efficiency in general and also try and achieve the best possible results for the clients. This requires investment firms to take all reasonable steps to obtain the best possible result for their clients, taking into account all the considerations relevant to the execution of the order. The reason there is highlight on all reasonable steps is because it's a misnomer that the lowest price is the best execution. It isn't, because you could offer a low price, but then you could create a large market impact, or you could create a huge signaling risk because of which there could be other market participants that could front run you. So the lowest price is not best execution. There are lots of factors, and you should be able to pick and choose what factors are relevant for your clients and be able to prove that for those factors you've been able to provide them best execution.
Is this only for foreign exchange trades, or is it?
So it's across the board. So for fixed income as well. So right now we are participating in the foreign exchange market. We look at moving into the fixed income space as well pretty soon. So MiFID II will also impact managers who do not have a European presence. So there's also this thought that if you are in the US, MiFID II does not apply to you. That's wrong. It does, because if you trade on European venues, if you have European counterparties, if you market their funds, or if you provide services directly to any clients in EU, you are covered by this. Even though you guys might think that all of this is going to disappear because now we've got different presidency here, but that is not going to happen because this is being driven by the EU. So this is here to stay, and January 1st, 2018, this is going to be implemented. So anyone who's not looking at this and trading FX, they should. So why Julia at BestX? So prior to this new life of mine this year, where we are running this fintech firm, prior to that, I was at Morgan Stanley, and there I was running the technology team for the Quant Solutions and Innovations group. So effectively what that meant was that the quants would write their code, and then it would be my responsibility to try and plug that into the production system. And all the processes I used to go through completely embodied the video that Jeff showed us before, where we were always trying to somehow plug in, but always failed. So the quants would do stuff in MATLAB, but and then we would use the Java integration using Java Builder, but it was clunky. The runtime environment took a second to come up every single time we had an invocation, so we knew that it is not going to scale. The Python implementations that we had, so it was great, and the only problem that we had there was that we really had to think about performance. So before you start writing your code, you have to know what are going to be the bottlenecks in your program, and then based on that, decide how you are going to write your program. So this component needs to be in Python, and that needs to be in Number, and so on. So what we really liked about Julia was that the performance was acceptable out of the box. So we did not really have to think or give it even a single thought that whether the performance is going to be good or not. Because so at BestX, we tried doing something in Python, and then we started doing the same thing in Julia. We got the same performance without having to worry about anything.
Is this pre-trade, during the trade, or post-trade?
So this is post-trade.
So then why are you concerned about the performance after trade?
Because this is real time. So most of the other market participants, they would allow you to provide a trade, and then you would get a PDF the next day or the day after. We try to do this real time, and this is at scale. So we are running this on Amazon Cloud, where lots of people with lots of FX trades would be sending those over. So speed is something that we are just addicted to. So just because we can get away with less speed is not something that we would go for. It was very easy to scale in the cloud environment. It was very easy to integrate it with other languages completely seamlessly. So we even had a very simple KDB adapter, which we used in order to get the real-time market data. It was very easy to write. And the main end goal that we achieved out of using Julia at BestX was to ease the bridge between proof of concept and production. So you don't have to rewrite your code like we used to have to every single time while I was at my quant group before. So whatever code we would get, either it would be in MATLAB or it would be an Excel spreadsheet, and then we would have to rewrite all of that in Java or C++ in order to make it work. Here, we have the quants write something which is in a high-level programming language, so it is easy to write and gives us the performance of a low-level language. So it has completely bridged the gap between proof of concept to production, which I used to bridge like this earlier.
So you mentioned KDB, you mentioned Julia. I was just wondering, do you use KDB also for your analysis?
Yes.
And then you use Julia on top of KDB, or you use them?
Yes. So we use them both. So KDB, we receive all the real-time market data in there, and we've looked at lots of different products out there, many open source. And the moment I broke out of Morgan Stanley, I was like, wow, so I'm in a startup, so now finally I can do open source, which is something I could never do before. So I started going around looking at every single tool that was out there, but could never get the performance that we needed in order to do real-time market data analysis. I know with what Jeff showed earlier, this is something that Julia is now trying to do natively, but at the time, and even right now, there was nothing which would compare in terms of the performance and simplicity, because most of the other solutions, what they would do is you would pull the data. So everyone really likes to now advertise their ingestion rates, that you can send us 1 billion trades. But then if you want to do analysis on them, you would have to pull out those billion trades, and your network starts to become a problem. So now here, you would be able to do your compute near the data itself, because KDB has the programming language on top of it, so that assists. But then for all the advanced analytics that we need to do, for which we need the market data, we use KDB as the market data store, where we pull this data in, and then we use the other tools either natively within Julia or with extensions within Python using pandas, or we also use quantile regression using stats models. So there are lots of different libraries. So we try and choose what is the best tool for the job, but the beauty of Julia is that it allows us to do that quite seamlessly. So we use it for market data processing, like I just mentioned. And so that is for the post-trade tool that we have. And for pre-trade, we are really eagerly looking at Julia Run in order to try and scale horizontally so that we could process all the trades in parallel rather than going through them sequentially. And then we are also trying to build a massive repository of trade information. And we plan to apply machine learning and deep learning algos on top of this trading data so that for pre-trade, so that any new execution that you want to do, it could be better informed based on the trades that have been done historically, so that if you would be able to come into our tool and say around 9 a.m. you want to do a euro dollar 100 million, and it would tell you that historically, if you try to do this using this algo at this time, we've seen a spread of about 0.5 basis points. But if you were to do this at 10 a.m. or if you were to use this different algo, then we've seen lesser spreads. And that's something that we are actively working on, for which the libraries for machine learning around Scikit and Mocha that are available at the moment. So they are exciting that we would want to look at. And just to prove that this is not just vaporware, so this is the tool that we've... not sure what it is showing. So we've got lots of different market data providers. And sorry, I'm just trying to... VGA. How come we are talking about the most advanced technology here and still on VGA? All right, there we go. Yeah. So this is the tool that we have. It looks horrible on VGA, but trust me, on HDMI it'll blow your mind. What you can do is you can just come in and say you want to run a new report, and you can come in and simply throw your trades at it. I was thinking of putting a Pokemon Go style interface here so that we would process your trades only if you managed to get it in the circle. But by the time I got it done, the fad was over, so I'll look for the next one. So we sent a spreadsheet. It's been parsed, and now you can just come in here and say submit. I've got about 50 trades here. It's done, and now the results are available. So all this computation right now happened using the Julia backend, and now all the data has now been streamed as a JSON to the front end. So when you think about Julia, don't just think about it as a tool for running on the command line, but it can be a really core component of something which is a multi-tier stack and something quite beautiful and functional as well. So that would be it for me. Thank you so much. And if you guys have any questions, you can reach out to me. I've heard there's an open bar, so I'll be hanging out till as late as they let me.
Thank you.